Hi guys, today is October 16th and we're on our second part of the Karankawa, natives of the Gulf Coast. Karankawa is a name given to many small bands of people who lived along the Gulf Coast from Galveston to Corpus Christi. Each band was a group of 30 to 40 people who tattooed their bodies and pierced their chests and lower lips. The Karankawa or Karankawa were a tall, muscular people. They bragged about being tough and proved it by doing things like breaking the ice in a pond to take a bath. Karankawa huts were not covered on all sides and were more like windbreaks. They didn't provide much protection from the cold and rain. As tough as they were, the Karankawas couldn't stand mosquitoes. They coated their skin with alligator grease to keep them away. The Karankawa or Karankawa children also lived hard lives. When they were old enough to do small jobs, the children were put to work. They had to start taking care of themselves as soon as they were able. The Karankawa were nomads, which is a vocabulary word, people who moved from place to place, who seldom stayed in one place for more than a few weeks. During the summer, they lived on the islands where they used their long, powerful bows to hunt fish. In the winter, they moved to the mainland and ate oysters they gathered at the shore. The Karankawa never had an abundance of food. The Karankawa used the natural resources of Gulf Coast to make items they needed to survive. They made dugout canoes from trees to travel through the marshes and lagoons. They flattened one side of a tree trunk and left the bark on the other. Then they burned or scraped out the inside. Karankawa pottery was lined with asphalt. Asphalt is a black, sticky stuff that often washes up on Texas beaches. It's sort of like the stuff we make roads with today. Then the Karankawa used it to waterproof their pottery and baskets and to attach arrowheads to the shafts. When Europeans arrived in Texas, the Karankawa fought back. It was a fight they would lose. About 200 years ago, the Karankawa culture died out. And they're making that dugout canoe here. So they're one of the first groups that used a dugout canoe, but because of their natural resources that they had around them, they were able to make a canoe, which is like a boat. And off they went. When you're done reading this, and you can reread it because it is in your packet, then you have a couple of questions to read, and of course it can be read to you. There's two questions here that go with that paper. One, what natural resources did the Karankawa use? Trees, asphalt, fish, soil, rocks, mammoths. And what effect did the European settlers have on the Karankawa? They learned how to farm, they got diseases, and died out. When you are finished with this particular paper, go ahead and do your vocabulary review. It's using your vocabulary words. It's multiple choice. There are 8. There's a special one in there. It will read it to you. All you have to do is click the read button. And when you are done with that, you can work on a review of the Coastal Plains Indians. If you want to use your papers to help you find your answers, or your book, you may use all of the information that you have. There are 10 questions here. All multiple choice. It will read it to you. So good luck, and I'm excited to see what you turn in. And today's Friday. So have a great and joyful weekend, and we'll be talking to you on Monday.